Welcome back. Today we're joined by Sporting Kansas City center back, Ike Opara. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
All right, we'll start off. Easy question. What have you been up to the last couple of weeks of the off-season?
Well, the holiday season, spent some time with my family, which was nice. I get to see them too often during the season. And then moving forward, I've been keeping in shape, doing the workout program. And it's been nice to, get back into town and see some of the guys and get on the same page as them as, we progress into preseason.
So much easier does it make it? You re-signed right as the offseason began, and so heading to holidays, you knew where you were going to be for 2017.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier and a lot more of a peace of mind to know kind of your situation moving forward into the next year. I see tons of friends that I have in the league, and kind of the stresses that they deal with, going into the holiday season without maybe a team and contract. And for me, it was nice to have that knocked out so I could focus on coming back from some injuries and enjoying the time off with the family.
What's that negotiation process like?
Well, it could be stressful. It could be, it just depends kind of where so for me, I think you have to be realistic. It is a business in a sense, and you have to sit there and take an unbiased situation from both ends of the spectrum. And I think if you're able to do that, the negotiations won't be as stressful. But always at the end of the day, if the organization doesn't see fitting or vice versa, it can be very stressful. And for me, it was actually really easy this time around, and I'm glad that it was pretty simple and straightforward for me.
Flick, it's going to turn back in for Opara. Brion's challenge, Opara stabs it in.
And as a player, how much of the negotiating are you doing versus your agent?
Well, for me, I just kind of mentioned to my agent, possibilities of current team, other teams, and then kind of what I'm looking forward in terms of location, salary, style of play, just ranking kind of your priorities in mind. And from there, you kind of get a sense of where you fall. And the feedback is mostly with my agent and the organization. And I kind of have an input of what, if I feel it's going the right way or, have questions, I'll go through him to kind of be the middleman.
And we were speaking earlier, and I found out that your agent is actually Leo Cullen, who coincidentally was my soccer coach at the University of Maryland in college.
Molly Dreska.
All right, so what do you think? Do you think I could sign for an MLS team?
Do you want me to tell you the truth or do you want me to lie to you?
I like lies. Lies are good.
You definitely could not play for an MLS team.
Dang it. Getting back to soccer stuff, January is the off season, but it's still a big month. The MLS Super Draft is coming up, and you were actually drafted number 3 in 2010. Do you remember anything about that time period?
Yeah, it was exciting. You don't know where your future is going to lie, so you're kind of it's like the lottery in a sense. You're just waiting to see where you end up and where you go. And I had an idea, kind of where I would fall. And, I had New York to San Jose to Kansas City, who was the 4th pick. And there were rumors about teams maybe trying to trade up. So at the end of the day, I was really excited. I didn't really have a preference, but I think, when I got drafted to California, or to San Jose in California, it was a welcome change because I hadn't really spent much time on the West Coast. Those lights are bright when you get up on the stage, and I look forward to seeing the next future stars, I guess, in this league, and I wish them all luck as they go through that.
And speaking of the next future stars, now that you're going into your 8th year in MLS, we've got players coming back like Eric Palmer-Brown and Daniel Shalhoub and all the other young players. How do you feel your role is going to change this year as you continue to be a veteran player in the league?
Yeah, well, it's funny because last year I think that was the first time I really looked in the mirror and saw myself as a veteran and helping younger guys in whatever capacity I could. I'm excited. I mean, especially for a guy like EPB who plays my position. Maybe I can give him some pointers, kind of on what I've experienced moving forward. And guys like Saloy, who's a forward. I'm able to give him pointers on how to be some defenders in this league and kind of what's a dangerous movement moving forward. So just whether it's on the field or off the field, I'm excited to get to work with some of these younger guys.
Another thing that's happening in January is obviously the U.S. men's national team camp. Obviously, we couldn't end this interview without talking about Sporting Kansas City selections. There's Graham Zusi, but then also Benny Feilhaber, who has not been called into camp since 2014. And as one of your better friends on the Sporting Kansas City team, have you had the chance to speak to him yet?
Yeah, so I've known about it for a little bit. And, he's excited and he deserves that chance, and I'm sure he's going to do just great. I mean, he's a very good player, and quite frankly, really should have gotten a chance earlier. But hopefully with Bruce, he keeps a clean slate and he's able to be unbiased in his selections. And I think if that's the case, Benny will be a fixture hopefully for the national team.